In today's episode of Can You Take This Photo Please, we are going to be talking all things comedy podcast with Australian superstar Will Anderson speaking about his podcast Tofop and US comedian Dave Anthony speaking about his famous Walking the Room. Looking forward to this show, let's rip into it.
I know you say that your podcast is dirty, but
It feels dirty to me.
But I don't think it is a dirty podcast because there's so much heart at the it's about broken people.
It's
and
about
you talk so much about
honest things didn't go well in my career, and you know,
and you are so. I mean, you will turn on something or get angry about something at the drop of the hat. But at the next moment it's gone. There's no sense of if I meet this guy, he's going to be angry at me.
I will say there are people that here that were like, "You're being nice to me." I'm like, right? It's not. I'm not always.
Yeah.
When I go on the podcast, we have things we're going to talk about, and they evoke something in me. But if I'm talking to you as a person,
I'm not gonna
and you're a nice fan, I'm not going to be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, you know what I mean? I'd be insane.
Yeah. There are some acts like that, though.
Yeah. Then it's not a podcast, it's more a document of your insanity. I think people make a mistake when they think about comedy. They think about quantity of audiences.
Yeah.
People say to me if you swore less, more people would come. Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to swear.
Yeah.
If I wanted to swear less, I would have got a normal job.
If you were not yourself, you could get more people.
I do support for Will a lot, so Will sits back and he can tell what the audience is going to be like for him.
For watching you.
Because Will introduces me, and if he's introducing me, even if the audience doesn't know me, if they're there to see Will, they trust Will, and then they'll go, we want to see this guy. But that gig, I remember there were jokes that were just sailing off somewhere into the ether, and then when I introduced Will, and as I'm walking off, Will looked at me and just went, I got 70 minutes. I was fine. I only had to do 15 to 20. He had 70 minutes with these people.
And the thing is, I've already made up my mind about them before I've even walked on stage. Because I like him more than I like them. So if they don't like him, I immediately judge them based on the fact that they didn't like him. I'm like, well, they must be idiots then.
That reminds me. I did a gig for a comedian named Tom Papa, in upstate New York somewhere, and it was a pretty big gig, and it was years ago, and I was doing 20 minutes, and then he was doing 45 or something. And I was halfway through, and I just remember saying to the mic, "Whoa, I'm doing 20, you're doing 45." And just hear him laughing in the back. Like, oh my God. We both just died for over an hour. I always knew, because I talked to Mark Maron a lot, and I always knew that they're very engaging, and they'll stop Mark on the street and just start talking to him about his life. What your cats? How are your cats doing? So they know details about your life, so they're very enthusiastic. But our people seem to take it to another level. And we're really dirty, and I mean it's like anything goes. And so there's some that you're like, okay, that's a little. We don't mean it. We're like a nice dirty.
For you guys, it's kind of theater of the mind. Sometimes there's just someone who comes and goes, "I killed 2 guys."
Exactly. And you're like, I don't know what's happening.
There's no theater.
There's no theater.
I like 19 people in a basement.
You'll be into this.
You want to see my grandma naked? I don't know. You guys haven't been hit by the economic destruction that we have.
No, you know what you need in your country? Shit you get to get out of the ground. That'll keep you you can just dig some more shit out of the ground, that'll keep you fine.
Keep digging. We have a lot of it.
Slowly just election.
Really?
I mean, 20 years from now, the whole country will collapse into a hole.
But we'll be gone by then. We'll be out of here.
I'll bring that back home and tell them.
What was their secret? Dumb luck. They found buried treasure. They're essentially pirates. Someone asked me the other day, and I can't even remember what it was about, but it was about some TV show or some series that was on air, and they were like, "Hey, what did you think of the latest series of blah, blah, blah?" And I just looked at them and I said, "Oh, I don't work in radio anymore. I don't need to care about that shit." Like the amount of time in your life that opens up when you don't have to care about shit you don't care about.
We were ordered to watch the show Survivor for a season, and I was like, I just loathed it. I just thought it was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen, but I had to go in and talk about it every week, and it was just that kind of stuff.
Well, I can't agree with you on that. I love Survivor.
Will has seen
I understand the anecdote.
Yes.
Even though you've chosen a horrible genre.
I could feel Will fading as you went further. I thought we've lost him.
No, well, you know, I have like, you know this, I have a bit of a body fluids, personal body fluids issue.
Yeah, definitely.
And particularly vomit. Actually, vomit is worse for me than shit.
Oh, really?
So when I see someone vomit, I'm a sympathetic vomiter. So when I see someone vomit or I hear someone vomit, and it can be a cartoon character. I was watching South Park the other night and someone vomited and I nearly vomited watching South Park.
You don't even like anime vomiting.
No, it's like, I don't like vomit in any way. I would have been hopeless in Rome in the vomitoriums.
Yeah.
Or perfect, because I would have been joining in.
I want to ask you, Dave, so when you're writing a story, how do you put it together to begin with? Do you just, you said it starts off as a 3-minute piece.
I do not write off stage.
Right.
I don't know
At all?
how. I don't know how.
Wow.
Well, what you do is you sit down in front of
No, I mean, logistically, I understand the process.
You've done well for a guy who doesn't know how to write. Sorry,
Very good.
You should have brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
So sorry.
That's where my frustration
Like
was.
Dave was so excited about podcasts coming out.
I don't have to write that at all.
Read anything, you don't have to write.
So I don't write off stage. So if something happens, for instance, and it usually comes out of a story now that I'll tell on the podcast and I go, okay, that I can work into a bit. For instance, this will be nice for you. I shit my pants on a plane from South Africa.
Yeah, Will just went white.
And and that's now a bit.
Yeah.
But
Like literally, like the whole, like it, was it just a little bit or was it like a...
it was not good.
No.
You don't ever eat chicken at a casino in South Africa.
Write that on the back of your hand.
Eating chicken is the biggest gamble you can make.
They brought it over and they went, craps.
All right.
Okay. Because there's this new thing where Louis C.K. is saying he's trying to write a new hour every year.
Yeah.
And Patton's trying to do it too.
Yeah.
And Mark asked Jake about that, and he said, why would I do that? America is huge.
Yeah.
I can just do it until I don't need to do it anymore. I mean, you don't keep the same act for years, but
Yeah.
you don't need to do that there.
Well, that's a fascinating thing because we're here watching people like Jerry Seinfeld talking to Louis C.K. going, "What are you doing? I just want to see the act," and it's this big deal, and we're sitting there going, "Oh no, that's what we do. That's what we do every year."
Every time everyone's like, Louis C.K.'s written like 5 shows in 5 years. I'm like, 18 in 17 years, mate.
Yeah.
Scoreboard. I did 2 1 year. 2.
Have you noticed that you and Greg are you different friends now? Do you think, or?
I think so, yeah. I think
Yeah.
we're closer, and it's it becomes like a marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's certain things you're like, okay, that's annoying me. Just don't. Okay, that's who you are. Like it's that kind of thing.
And what about, does it change the way you're friends off the air? Because the one thing that I would say, I mean, I love doing the podcast with Charlie because it's an appointment for us to catch up once a week and, just have a chat and whatever, which is great. But I do find that when we catch up not on air,
You're holding
we are
stories
holding
back.
our good stories.
Wow, they're not talking to each
But how
other.
many times does this happen? Oh my God! So I was at this bar, and this guy, no, save it.
Save it, yeah.
I want to save it.
Don't ruin it. I want to react naturally. Yeah.
Exactly.
All our friends who don't listen to the podcast now think we're the 2 most boring blokes in the podcast. Just making small chat about shit that could never be funny.
My wife now says I listen to the podcast to find out stuff that happened to you because I am like holding it, and it's like
Yeah.
a bit now. I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking how I can put it together for the podcast, and
Yeah.
so I'm not, because I would never tell my wife a bit.
Yeah, no.
But there's stories that happen to me, stuff that happened in my life, and I am not telling her because I'm going to go on the podcast and.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend that I broke up with last year, still really good friends, still hang out, etc. She listened to one of the podcasts and said to me, "Wow, I really understood what went wrong with our relationship listening to the podcast." And I said, and that main thing was communication.
Yeah. If only you'd been able to leave her a podcast every morning. You guys have been having a fight. You've been like, "Hey, I've recorded this podcast.
Have a listen to that.
Listen to this."
I've already put it on your iPod. Just go for a jog. When you come back, things will be sweet.
It's fine with me, I better do what you wanna. It's fine with me, I better do what you wanna. It's fine with me, I build a dynasty with the rhymes of beats.